There's this one thing that seems so simple on the surface, but the longer you look at it, the more it just completely unravels. It's a total car crash of language, and it happens every single day in sandwich shops all over the world. Okay, just imagine you're at the counter. You're ordering your lunch. You need that creamy, tangy stuff. How do you actually ask for, well, for this? Yeah, that word, mayonnaise. 9 letters. Looks pretty harmless, doesn't it? But it's not. That's not a word. That's a social experiment. It's a trap designed to find out exactly how you're going to handle pressure. Well, first you've got the people who go all in. They hit every single syllable. Mayonnaise. It's so formal. It sounds like you're ordering a tuna melt in a tuxedo. You got to respect the commitment, but is it even right?
Then you have the more relaxed, common approach, the mayonnaise crowd. This is most of us, right? We kind of just smooth it out, drop a syllable, and hope nobody notices. It's the let's not make a big deal out of this pronunciation. Safe. Casual. But you can still feel the hesitation.
And finally, there's this, mayonnaise. Look, that's not a pronunciation. That is a white flag. That is the sound of a person who has stared into the abyss of this word one too many times and has just completely given up. It's 2 syllables of pure defeat. So how did we get into this mess? The plot twist is, of course, the word is French. And it used to sound something like meh-yon-EZ. Hear that little kick at the end? It's elegant, it's sophisticated, and it has basically nothing to do with the chaotic pile of letters we ended up with. And that's the crime scene right there. We took the word and, as English speakers tend to do, we got lazy with the accent. We flattened it out, made it sound like one of ours. But, and this is the craziest part, we kept the spelling. It's like we bought a fancy race car engine but just kept the insanely complicated instruction manual. So over time, this creates a huge gap. On one side, you've got the sound of the word, which is alive. It's constantly changing, getting shorter, adapting. And on the other side, you've got the spelling, which is basically a fossil. It's just frozen, stubbornly refusing to evolve. You know, this whole situation, where the way we say a word and the way we write it are basically going through a messy divorce and are no longer on speaking terms, there has to be a name for that, right? And there is. It's called spelling lag. It's the official term for when a word's pronunciation jumps in a rocket and blasts off, while its spelling is still back on the ground, holding a map, totally lost. I love this because it's not an accident. It's a protest. It's like the letters themselves are the problem. They're these tiny, stubborn characters that got together and just decided to go on strike. They saw where language was going and were like, nah, we're good right here. And here's the absolute best part of this whole thing. The actual sauce, it's just eggs, oil, and vinegar. Dead simple. But the recipe for the word, that's a complete disaster. It's 1 part French history, 2 parts phonetic chaos, and a handful of stubborn letters that just refuse to get along. And that's the beautiful irony, isn't it? We totally perfected the recipe for the sauce itself. That's the easy part. But the recipe for how to say its name? We are still hopelessly lost. The sauce is simple. The word is the complicated mess we're all still trying to solve.
So it leaves you with this one last thought. Mayonnaise is just one example. The real question is, how many other words do you use every single day that are secretly living the same double life, where the letters on the page are telling a completely different story from the sounds coming out of your mouth?